Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a VeryPuzzle unboxing. Now, you see that I'm a big fan of VeryPuzzles. They always have something interesting and unique and high quality on the go. And this is another package of puzzles. This box took about 5.5 weeks to get to me, and based on some news reports, this is a problem on the Canadian customs clearance sides. They are experiencing some extreme delays, and the news media has been looking into it. Anyway, it's here. It's also been through the package crusher somewhere along the line, because a lot of them look that way. I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that everything inside's okay. I haven't ever had a problem with getting a package overseas. No matter what the box looks like, the contents have been good. So, well, with no further ado, let's see if I can find a way to get into this. I think there's a seam there. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of VeryPuzzles, and they've really always been producing some very high quality items there, and you can see the one that I've been working on lately, the one that's still a little scrambled, is it's the clover octahedron fragmentation. So it's just a sort of a boosted version of the clover octahedron. Very interesting puzzle. It jumbles, and I'm making some progress. It took me a little while, but I'm finally making a bit of progress on it. Very hard to kind of develop algorithms for something like that. Don't really have a good notation. There we go. Alright. And the one beside it, you see the Hatto puzzle. That's my most recent puzzle from VeryPuzzle, and it sort of bears some of the background in me going back and getting this next batch of puzzles. And I think you'll see where I'm going with this. Okay. Okay, you know what? I think this is good. I think I got this now. Alright. Oh yeah, look, they've got all sorts of styrofoam in there and everything. So yeah, we're good. Look at how nicely packed this is. They're pros. They know how to deal with it. Okay, there you go. I think that's what I was going for. And then, oh, much bigger than I expected. Oh boy, this is something, eh? And there we go. It's empty. And let's see here. All right. And okay, I kept the knife out. I know it's dangerous, but I kept the knife out just in case. So, all right, well, let's open this up. So I went on there looking for this puzzle right here. And of course, I always find something else interesting to get, and maybe something I haven't heard so much about, or was thinking about but hadn't really gotten it. And that's pretty much how I get extra puzzles and kind of get these hidden gems every once in a while. Okay, these are packaged up, so that's good. And this bubble wrap, I will actually keep that. I'll hand that out as prizes to my students. Okay. Alright. Now, and then this one. Okay, this is interesting. The packaging might be a little different than the usual VeryPuzzle. Ooh, yeah, it's a little different because you can actually see the puzzle. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, so this is the one that I was going for. This is the VeryPuzzle. It's the 7-star UFO. I guess it's not a cube, so we won't call it that. And so here we have all the data on it, and then you have the website and everything else that you can look at. No babies. Ooh, 0 to 6. Whoa, that's quite restrictive. And I actually know why. When I ordered this, I really had no idea. As a matter of fact, when I ordered this, I just received the Hatto puzzle, which is a variant on this this theme, and I just started solving it. And I really was enjoying that, so I decided to get the UFO puzzle. So yeah, all right. Well, let's just get into this then. So yeah, so I have a little bit more information about this since I ordered it, and one of them, which I was a little surprised, was to hear that it had some magnets inside, fairly strong magnets, which is certainly why they restrict it. Okay, so there you go. So a nice little box. It's sort of a little stand for it, which I guess I have a few little stands, so I'm gonna have to find them. And a little baggie of extra stickers. So that's always a welcome little touch then. Okay, and some instructions. And okay, instructions in Chinese and instructions in English. Okay, yeah, and it just says strong magnet inside. So that's probably, oh, not suitable for age under 14. Okay, now this is good actually, because the box said 6 and this says 14. If you're between 6 and 14, I'd get a lawyer, because I think you might have a case. Okay, so here's the puzzle, and let's see here. This is held with some Scotch tape, so I don't want to pull off any stickers. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have they've curled the tape, so it's not actually going to stick to the stickers. I see what they've done. So they don't want it moving in transit. So basically the idea behind this is that you have these fully functional 2x2 puzzles inside, and I'm not really getting anything to move yet, but I don't want to force anything. And so they actually go, oh, I see. It's not. There we go. Now it's locked, and now these are free to move. Ah, I got it. Okay, well this is very, very cool. So these are fully functional, and of course the game is that once you separate the two halves and you scramble it, the pieces will all become mixed up, and it'll be a nice challenge to solve it. So before I do anything, I got to make sure they're all in the proper position, or I'll be scrambling it just by turning it. So apparently the magnets hold it in place, and I think that's a very clever way of making the mechanism. It certainly seems a lot more solid. So I don't know if I can show you this, but yeah, that puzzle goes all the way through. So this is a little bit different from the Hatto puzzle. In the Hatto, it has an external 2x2, so the pieces can get split one way, but they can also get split another way. I gotta make sure everything's lined up here. They get split another way, like that. So this only it only splits the one way on one axis, the equator of the puzzle, but you have 7 of these puzzles to solve, where on the Hatto you had only 6. And trust me, this was a very interesting solve. It was a lot of fun, but those are a lot of little puzzles to solve. So I'm really looking forward to playing with this and to solving it and to learning all about it. It really does. It moves so nicely that I'm really curious to know a bit more about that mechanism. Now there was a picture on the VeryPuzzle website showing kind of a see-through version of the mechanism, and I guess it was just to illustrate the mechanism, but I think a lot of people were kind of curious to know if they were going to make it in a see-through version or a clear version. I think maybe for technical reasons they may not be able to, but it would be kind of an interesting thing. I'm not sure I would get one, but I know collectors kind of like that sort of thing. So I've noticed that if I try to turn the 7-star UFO puzzle, just with all the little satellite 2x2 puzzles sticking straight up, it doesn't actually turn. And VeryPuzzle has put little guides on the puzzle to show where each of these little satellite puzzles has to be positioned in order for it to turn. And some of them are very asymmetrical. They're not all right in the middle. So you just have to line them up with the guides, and then once you do that, it turns. Whoops! It turns no problem at all. All right, just one of those things. Now that information was probably on those instructions that I tossed aside. I guess I'm going to have to look for those. Anyway, this is a really cool puzzle. I really can't wait to scramble it and try to solve it. That's great. I'm really happy I got that. So that's what I was going for. But while I was on the VeryPuzzle website, I saw a couple of puzzles that I really wanted to try. This is okay. Let's look at this one first. So it's a little tiny box, and it's called the Eliac puzzle. And stickers, it's a little fadey here. So 0 to 6, and that's really about all it says. So this is I guess a joint venture between VeryPuzzles and a puzzle designer. And unfortunately, it doesn't say who it is, so I'll have to put that in the notes. But it sort of, well, you'll see, it's probably going to look quite familiar when I get it out here. Alright, I'll put that knife away before somebody gets hurt. And, alright, there we go. So this is the Eliac puzzle, and there it is. It's Galen Ivanov. See if I hope I'm saying that right. If not, feel free to correct me. Okay. So this looks familiar, right? But this is from a different designer. Okay, Galen Ivanov and Del Rubikeo. So we see the two. I don't know. It's I guess a collaboration, and then of course a collaboration with VeryPuzzle. Already having, I guess, similar puzzles in the Geranium series, right? So that's here. Let me just get these boxes out of the way. Oops. And so another sort of a two-dimensional rotation puzzle, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this puzzle and seeing how it compares to, say, the Geranium series. If it's easier, if it's harder. I hope it's easier, but we will see. So, and obviously there's a limit to which pieces you can rotate with the little window. This is really cool. Again, these rotational puzzles, holding them up like this is not really showing them in the best light. They really should be flat, and the usual very high quality VeryPuzzle finishing on these puzzles. Okay, so that was one, and this is one of those ones that I saw it a couple times and I thought, yeah, I want to try this, and so finally I got my chance on the VeryPuzzle website. Okay, and now finally this one, and I gotta tell you, this is really much larger than I expected, because I'll show you. This is the Hex Jigsaw, the packing puzzle that I got before, and I really enjoyed this, and I like this sort of thing, and that sort of puzzle makes a good kind of show puzzle, hands-on, when you're doing show and tells of your puzzles. Maybe not some of these other more complex ones. So I'm always looking for something like that, and this is called the Drought Jigsaw. Now it's hard to, this is very faint, so it's the Drought Jigsaw. 0 to 6, so no babies and toddlers, and there you go. But I was expecting something a little smaller, so now I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like. Alright, there's 3 different designs on there, at least when I was on, for kind of packing puzzles, and so I just picked one, just one that sort of appealed to me. There are some other ones on there too. Oh, okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. I think I just wrecked the packaging. Wow, that is huge. Okay, wow, this explains why it's in such a big package. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. This is just phenomenal. You can see the this is a jigsaw pattern, and okay, and there we go. There's more details from VeryPuzzle. Wowie, I am just I'm really and I'm blown away by this. Definitely not what I was expecting. So you know, this is going to be a lot of fun to play. It'll be a lot of fun to bring in and let young people play with it as well when I'm doing the show and tell type thing, or you know, hands-on. Wow, that's just phenomenal. Okay, let's get this. Now I gotta be careful here. Okay, so that's the. This is very crunchy here. Now the frame is kind of protected by a laminate film here, or a. I guess it's the. Yeah, it's a film. It's the same sort of stuff you see on people's VCRs or remote controls, and that was never taken off. Okay. Okay, I know I can. Yeah, just I might have to take a piece out of the puzzle to get at the edge here. So, this is something I'm not sure I really want to get started taking pieces out. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, now you see it's very, very tiny. Alright, so there it is. I don't even know how I'm going to get a piece out to demonstrate here. I certainly don't want to take them all out. Yipes. How am I going to do this? Let's see if I can pop one out. No. Okay, this is not going to end well if I start tipping these out. All right, let me try something. I'm gonna find a tool and see what we can do. All right. So don't ever tell Leslie Lee that you saw me doing this. Leslie Lee is the designer of all these great puzzles for the boss at VeryPuzzle. Okay, so so there we go. We have a piece freed up here, and I'm sort of relieved to see it is hollow in the back, so that helps it be a little lighter, but it also gives it's just one, because that would be very challenging if it was reversible. But there you go, there are the pieces. That's really quite something. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this, and of course I'm just gonna dump it upside down and just try to assemble it. That's the fun part of these. You know, they're challenging. They do have a bit of replay value. I just really like this sort of thing. So, okay, so this is called the Drought puzzle, and they have several other ones, probably quite similar to this. So that's something to maybe look forward to in the future with future orders. So that's my haul from VeryPuzzle. I have the Eliac 2D rotational puzzle, so I'm looking forward to learning about that and seeing how that works, seeing if I can solve it any better than Geranium. The Drought Jigsaw puzzle, and wow, that's just something else. And then finally my UFO 7-star UFO, and that's what it's called, 7-star UFO, and this is really something. Really glad I got these, and that's it. So as always, I appreciate any comments, questions, suggestions you have. I'd like to hear from you on my in the comments, so let me know what you're thinking. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.